Hi everyone, it's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. So very exciting. I officially and finally have my preview kit for Valentine's Day, as well as Bring Back My Bar. Can't lift all 25 of those at one time. So I'm so excited. I'm going to sniff through everything with you. I have the scent notes pulled up and ready to go. I do just want to say you can actually preview these collections on the Scentsy website already if you want to kind of get a feel. You can't add things to your cart, I'm pretty sure. I have the website pulled up. You can't add things to your cart, but you can like see pricing and everything, you know, kind of build some bundles, I guess, get ready for everything that's coming. Because for Valentine's Day, I only have the scents, but there's a lot in the collection. So FYI, if you go to the Scentsy website and you go to the collections tab, you can click Scentsy collections and it shows you like every collection going on. I will say a lot of these things are going away at the end of the month. So in like a few hours, at the end of the month, a lot of the stuff is going away. So like Harvest, Holiday, Brick, Scents of the Season, Scentspirations, all of those things. So if you want any of those scents and you want them forever, put them in your Scentsy club. This is your warning. I need to go in and bump the Scentspirations in my club to like 2 bars before it's too late. Because after the 1st of January, you will not be able to add these things back to your club. They may show up in clearance if there's stock left. Probably not the Scentspirations collection because that's been sold out like crazy. But the rest of the things, if there was leftovers, like maybe bricks or things from the Holiday and Harvest collection, they could come to clearance. There is no guarantee on that though. So let's talk first Valentine's Day because I do have the 3 bars. These bars are gonna come in a bundle for $17. The only way you can get one of these bars and not the other bars is through your Scentsy club. Otherwise, on the website, you can order the 3-pack. Unless you're like super against one of these scents, I always suggest ordering the 3-pack because you might find something you really like. I will say you are going to see bars that I've already sampled because I had an appointment and I actually sampled. I got my samples out and got my mail out before I went to my appointment, and now I'm just filming this to get it in before we go on holiday vacay. So yes, my bars, I have sampled some of them. So let's get into it. The Valentine's Day 3-pack comes with Clementine Blossom as the first scent. Wow, bad glare. This is Golden Citrus Surprises Pink Nectar with a Sugar Blossom Treat. This is definitely the orange one of the bunch. I feel like this is very Valentine's Day though. Like all these really remind me of Starburst, and I think because one of them has Starburst in the name, it's stuck in my head, but they all really remind me of Starburst scents, honestly. Like this kind of smells like an orange Starburst. It's a little bit more like fruity, like it says golden citrus, but it's kind of reminding me almost of like a champagne-y, like a hint of that. I don't know if that was really in here, but it just smells a little bit elevated. It's not just like clementine. It's not just orange. It's a little bit fancy. Maybe like an orange and champagne or something. Kind of like a champagne toast, almost, something like that. But to me, it kind of reminds me of an orange Starburst. Like I said, I think it's in my head because of one of these names. Next, we have Pink Sunshine. This is Lush Pear and Plum. Cozy up with cashmere and a glass of rose milk. This is definitely the rose one in the bunch. So, you know, there's always a rose. I feel like Valentine's Day, there's always something with rose. Like, I feel like it'd be wrong to not have a collection with rose at Valentine's Day. This one is definitely that. It's not only rose. It's actually pretty tame for a floral. It's probably my least favorite, though. I would say I also really get the pear. And pear isn't my favorite incense. I don't know if I would say I get the plum at all. So this is definitely your floral of the group and also my least favorite. The last one, which is making me think of Starburst. It's called Starburst Sky. This one's my favorite, you guys. This is Sweet Apple, mesmerized by whipped vanilla and creamy coconut clouds against an amber blossom sunset. I like all those things. I was not expecting to like this one so much, but it's like this creamy once again, almost like a pink starburst-esque. That's like the vibe it's giving me. But you guys, this smells so fancy. As soon as I smelled it, it was on like super, super cold and I could barely smell it because it had been on the truck all day. But when I opened the box, when these got delivered to my house, I was like, okay, I have to, you know, smell a couple. Like I can't just leave this box. So I smelled through a couple and instantly I was like, this kind of is giving me Pacific Sandalwood vibes. It's not Pacific Sandalwood, but it's giving me the vibes. It's definitely not the same, but the vanilla and like the creaminess and the amber, it's like a little bit perfumey. I freaking love it. It's so good. You definitely have to try this one, you guys. It's probably the closest thing I've smelled to Pacific Sandalwood besides the actual thing. This is definitely more like, it has coconut for sure. Pacific Sandalwood is kind of like creamier and smoother, but they could be sisters. This doesn't have sandalwood. It just has like the coconut and the amber and the vanilla. I don't really get apple. I warmed it obviously to make the samples. I didn't like warm it all day. So I'm really excited to test this one out in my actual like warmers in my house and test it, because I feel like it's gonna be really good. I hope I'm not let down. It was really nice when I warmed it for samples, but that wasn't a very long test. Just like on initial smell though, it's making me think of Pacific Sandalwood. And who doesn't love Pacific Sandalwood? I have to see if other people think that, because I hope I'm not like spreading false hope, but it's really giving me those vibes. It really is. Okay, that's the Valentine's Day 3-pack. I'm probably going to add, I have a club shipping right at the beginning of January, and I'm probably going to add a lot of Starburst Sky to it so I can just get that without buying the bundle. Sorry in advance. Okay, next we have Bring Back My Bar. I have the top 5 scents that my customers thought they were the best. They were the most excited for in my VIP group. Sorry, my computer is totally freaking out. And so I just have to show you guys. I have these all pulled out because I made samples, so this isn't going to be like in alphabetical order like the rest of it, but I wanted to just show you guys when I was making samples of these. Like, I feel like me and my customer group are like bakery only. What are other scents? And you can tell that from this array of colors that they voted on for the best. Like, they didn't know the colors when they were voting. I just put the names of the scents and they voted. But look at that color scheme. When I was making samples, I was like, these are all the same color. Like, they're all a bakery tone. Like, I was just cracking up. So that's what my customers voted in my VIP group that they're most excited for. So that's what I made samples of. We'll see if they're actually the most excited for them when they come out. So I'm just realizing also the notes thing I have is not in alphabetical order either. So maybe I should use my computer. It might be easier to find the things. Okay, so this was the number 1 they voted. It's Crumb Top. This is going to be very difficult. I didn't realize I was so unprepared. Okay, Crumb Top is, let me see if I can find it. It's the perfect blend of oats, butter, and brown sugar to top your favorite dessert. This one is definitely foodie. And I will say, all of the ones I did, except for maybe like one, I was getting a hard time reading them on cold. And so that gives me hope for the rest of these bars, because some of these I smelled and I was like, okay, it smells like a SCENTSY bakery bar. But when I warmed it, making samples, I was like, oh, it's really coming to life. So I definitely think if you got these samples from me, warm them, because I feel like they were definitely different on warm than cold. This, though, I think is going to be a hit for me. I think this is going to be like the perfect, it's kind of like a warm weather bakery, because it's kind of heavier, I guess. It definitely has the oats, and it's kind of like the oats and honey, but I'm not getting like a ton of butter per se. It's just like sweetness. So I think this one's actually going to go over really well. I am excited to test this one out with the cubes I have left, but I think this one's going to be a winner for me. Next, I know everyone is so excited about this one, and my customers were no different. Perk Me Up. So this one I could smell perfectly fine on cold, and I feel like it smelled even better warming. So simply the most perfect cup of coffee you'll ever experience. A strong brew of Guatemalan coffee beans and just a touch of hazelnut. So I'm removing Coffee Tree from my club because I knew this was coming. And you guys, while I feel like this has some of the same DNA as Coffee Tree, it's so much better. Coffee Tree definitely has a like floral element to it. I don't know that it says it does, but I feel like it definitely does. And once I heard people start talking about that, like on their channels, like, oh, I feel like it has like a hint of floral. It's all I can smell now. This has like that same DNA, but it's just coffee. It's definitely going in my club. It's so good. Even making samples with this one, I was like, yes, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. So that one's going to be a hit. I think it's going to be a hit at least. And I feel like we never get coffee, so I definitely think it's going to be a hit. Okay, Sticky Cinnamon Bun. This one was next on the customer's wish list. This is cinnamon and sweet icing with a warm, cinnamon and sweet icing with warm nutty nuances. This initially really reminds me of Welcome Home. Like it really is kind of just that, just like generic cinnamon, spice, warm. But I do feel like it does develop a little bit on warm into more of like cinnamon bakery versus I feel like Welcome Home is just kind of comforting all around. But it's the same cinnamon, definitely, because it totally gives me like reminiscent. Instantly, I'm like, oh, that's Welcome Home. I will say this one got pretty oily, like it was gonna stain the dish. So beware. I mean, it's a bakery, so what do you expect? But I do think, once again, bakery is generally pretty popular. I don't know that I would say this is my favorite though. Once again, I do need to test it in my home, but yeah, I don't think, compared to like the Crumb Top, I definitely liked that one more because I feel like I have other bakeries I'd probably reach for over this one, but I haven't warmed it in my house, so we'll see. Another one that I feel like is going to be really popular is Hazelnut Latte. Let's see if I can find the notes on this one. Hazelnut Latte. What the heck? It's like it's gotta be right in front of me. Perk Me Up, Crumb Top. Okay, here we go. The light sprinkling of cinnamon on its light, fluffy top gives your latte the kick it needs to fill you with some much needed energy. So they didn't address any hazelnut in here, but I do feel like this is definitely like a sweet coffee drink. I need to warm it more for sure because it was giving me like a hint of coffee, but it wasn't super coffee, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like there's a lot of like cinnamon, vanilla, like extra bakery creaminess and not a lot of latte. And obviously it says hazelnut, so I'm assuming there's hazelnut, which could also be giving it sweetness. But yeah, it to me, I think it's going to be really good. I think it'll be one that you can almost get by. I know people really want a coffee set, but I know coffee sometimes is hard for people because they're like, do I want to put that in all day? And then it smells for like coffee, like in my wax warmers for like 2 days, all day. You know, sometimes you just want a warm coffee in the morning. So I feel like this one is one maybe you could get by. People don't exactly know it's coffee. It just kind of smells like a bakery. But they kind of defeats the purpose of the coffee maybe. So I need to test this one. Once again, I obviously need to test all these, but I do think this one's going to be popular. I feel like it could be a slight letdown for the coffee lovers. It may come out with more coffee when it's warming. I don't think it smells bad by any means, but I don't think it's as much coffee as maybe people were hoping for. And then this one really has me stumped. So it's fried ice cream. This is the last of the top from my customers. This says vanilla with a nutty touch along with cinnamon and caramel. I smell this on cold and I feel like I get nothing. I feel like I get virtually nothing on cold. Like, I just really feel like I don't get anything. When it warmed, I got like a slight vanilla, but also fried ice cream. Like, I feel like ice cream to begin with doesn't really have a strong scent. Like, typically when ice cream's blended with things, it like tones down the scent. So I obviously am gonna test this to see if I get any more from it. But this one was kind of a letdown for me. I don't know. I mean, I think even initially I'm like, fried ice cream, like what are we doing here? But yeah, that one, I feel like I just can't smell it. So I do need to watch some other people's videos because I haven't watched anyone's. I'm like way behind on videos, like, let's be honest. But I feel like I don't get anything. Who knows when these were poured also, and it could be a lighter scent because it is ice cream. But I feel like out of the stack, that was probably my least favorite because I felt like I couldn't smell it. So, okay, let's get into the alphabetical order here. First, we have Apple Press, and I will just be upfront and say the rest of this grouping, I kind of feel like we had a very big mix between it's still fall, and these are very fall-esque because I feel like voting was right before fall. But they're obviously coming out in January, and we're kind of past that like winter, fall, heavier apple spiced, like those types of things. So I feel like this was kind of divided. Like half is very fall, winter, and half is like looking forward to spring. I know they used to like split it so it'd be more even, like, oh, vote for your spring favorites because, you know, it's for spring. But now I feel like, you know, they mix it up every time. We're not going to talk about voting because that's a whole mess in itself. But anyway, Apple Press. I feel like I did smell this one. Yeah, this instantly reminds me of Johnny Appleseed. If you like Johnny Appleseed, you're going to like this. The smell of crisp fall days, it says. Crunchy apples, juicy pears, and just a hint of the last full roses of the summer. Do I get rose? No. Do I get apple and pear? Yes. Which is Johnny Appleseed. I feel like Johnny Appleseed smells exactly like this. I don't personally like Johnny Appleseed. No offense, Johnny, but I just personally am not a fan, and I've said that many times on the channel, so it's not going to be a surprise to anyone. I feel like pear and the apple is a bad combo for me because I like a lot of SCENTSY's apple. I just don't like their pear, I think. So next we have Autumn Blaze Maple. Again, with the autumn. I felt like going through these, I was like, this is very fall-esque. A bountiful harvest of crisp apples and earthy pumpkins with golden maple syrup, warm cinnamon, and a ribbon of smoldering oak. I didn't smell this one on my test. It's more orange yellow than the front. This is kind of good. Oh my gosh, I kind of like this. The maple made me nervous there for a second. Oh, this is really good. This is kind of reminding me of one of my faves, pumpkin apple muffin. It's kind of similar. Ooh, okay. I'm kind of excited for that one. I really didn't have any expectations. I mean, I feel like the ones I was the most excited about, I already pre-sniffed. This one I was like, ah, whatever. I really like this. I feel like I definitely get apple, pumpkin, maple syrup, no, cinnamon, yes. Like I get some sort of bakery in here. Smoldering oak, I feel like could potentially come out while it's warming because I feel like I could get a hint of it. It's definitely not the first thing. This dang computer. It's definitely in there. I'm curious about the maple syrup though. I'm excited about that one. Okay, didn't see that coming. Autumn Stroll. I, once again, don't really have expectations for this, but I feel like last year in an event I worked, somebody asked me if I had this. Because when I seen it, I was like, that sounds really familiar. And so I don't know if that's true, but I swear someone asked me if I had this. Amble under a bright harvest moon, leaves crunching underfoot as peppery cinnamon mingles with dusky plum and warm incense to create a spicy and comforting fragrance. That was a lot. That was a lot of description. No. This has one of them like thin clams. I definitely get pepper and incense. No. No. That's not cozy to me. If you like incense though, you're probably really gonna like this because I feel like we don't really have incense scents. No. I feel like that's a lot of not what I want it to be. Yikes. Okay, no, thank you. What's next? That one was not for me. Okay, coconut palm is next. You guys know I love coconut. A blend of tropical coconut and musky patchouli with subtle green notes. And it's white. I like this on initial sniff. I have to be honest, I did smell this yesterday. I feel like this is on the edge of potentially being my favorite coconut. If you guys are maybe new to my channel or you don't watch a lot of my videos, since I have gotten into my SCENTSY journey, have been looking for like the perfect coconut scent, because I feel like every summer, like every release that, you know, is for spring, summer, whatever, where there'd be coconuts involved, there's plenty of coconut offerings, but none of them are like exactly what I'm looking for. And I know it in my head, like I know what I'm looking for, but none of them have been it yet. So this is close, but I have to warm it to obviously know for sure. It seems a little light. And I'm nervous that it says patchouli because that makes me feel like it could turn into something else. But on initial cold sniff right here, I think this could have potential for the coconut I've been waiting for. Which if it is, put it in my club, I'll be so happy. But I don't know for sure. Okay, this one's throwing me off also. Coconut pumpkin pie. What a weird combo. I don't eat pie anyway, so maybe it's a thing, but let's read the description. Fall's most treasured fragrance, pumpkin pie, I'm assuming, enjoys an unexpectedly exotic touch as pumpkin puree, grated nutmeg, and maple sugar are heightened by a hint of coconut shavings. Okay, I'm laughing that this says pumpkin puree because I did smell this one. And the first thing I get is that like pumpkin, I like the color though, pumpkin puree that's in like pumpkin marshmallow, which is a no, but that's not all I get. Like there's something else in here. There's definitely nutmeg on the bottom. I feel like I don't really get coconut. I feel like last night when I smelled it, I got a hint of coconut, and it was like that fall kind of coconut. The coconut, I like all coconuts, like let's be honest. It was that kind of fall coconut, I think, because it was mixed with all these other things. Right now, I'm not getting coconut. I'm mostly getting the pumpkin puree. I hope that this is decent, but if you like pumpkin marshmallow or berry peri pumpkin, you probably are gonna love it because it's giving a lot of that, but those aren't for me, really. Cranberry muffin. I feel like this has been kind of talked about recently, but I might be thinking of something else, but I think it has been. It's like yellow wax with a red front, bursting with bright cranberries enveloped in a buttery brown sugar batter with nuances of walnuts and toffee. This one is reminding me of like some kind of lip item we had as a kid, like a lip balm or something funny. I remember something smelling like this growing up. It's cranberry, so subtly. It's like tart cranberry, but like it's also not tart cranberry. Because I feel like there's so much bakery in here. It's like fighting the cranberry. Because cranberry is generally a strong scent. But I think this one's gonna be good. Once again, kind of a weird time for this. I feel like cranberry is kind of a fall winter thing. I feel like this one is gonna be popular amongst some. I hope it truly stays how it is on cold, like equal parts cranberry and bakery, because you can definitely tell in the bar they're like fighting each other to be on top, because you get cranberry, but then it's like overtaken by bakery. Yeah, it's like a very equal distribution, I feel like, on cold sniff at least. Okay, cucumber lime. This is making me think of Bath and Body Works. Cucumber lime. Don't they always have like cucumber melon out for like SAS and stuff? Like, it just, when I saw cucumber and this color, I was like, Bath and Body Works. Okay, ripe cucumbers, tangy limes, and a handful of green leafy mint. Very deep green color. And I was not expecting that. Oh, the bottom's better. The bottom, I get the lime and the mint. The top was like green. Just, I know it's green. It smelled green, like greenery. I don't know about that one. I was thinking it would maybe remind me of like sunburst bamboo, or like, you know, aloe water and cucumber has cucumber. It's very green. It's kind of like a fresh cut grass type feeling to me. Green tea smoothie. These are not in order, I realize. Okay, a splash of cool green tea against bright ginger, peach, nectarine, and cranberry. This kind of reminds me of the drink Corey drinks. It's green. It's probably like this color. It's probably like this color. And it looks nasty, but it actually doesn't taste bad. I get the ginger on the top. The peach and the nectarine are on the bottom, but that ginger on the top. This definitely smells like something you would blend together and drink. Maybe not me, but it smells like a green tea smoothie. But like, you have it in the blender and you haven't blended it yet. So it's kind of like the ginger on top and like the fruits on the bottom. I don't know about that. I don't know that I want my house to smell like that. It's definitely like fresh spa kind of vibes. So if you're a freshie, maybe you like this. I'm a bakery gal. And green tea smoothie and bakery are, they're kind of like not mutually exclusive. Okay, next we have Flirtatious. I love the color of this one. Fruity and vibrant, a combination of green apple, grapefruit, and white amber. This one definitely smells like fun and flirty, but kind of basic. The bottom, I don't like. I don't know what it is. It kind of smells like greenery once again, like grassy greenery. So I don't know what that would be. But the top is kind of like fun and flirty, but like a total basic, like girls kind of almost floral perfume in a way. It's fruity, but not totally. It's kind of like fruity fresh. I don't know that I love this one, Flirtatious. That one's not making me jump head over heels. I feel like this is the summer section now. Flower Shop. So I don't know. I'm not a floral person. I know I didn't vote for this though, because it's green. Where is it on my list? I'm sure I'm looking right by it. Flower Shop. Just like walking into a flower shop. Wow, probably could have guessed that. It literally smells like walking into a flower shop. Like, you know how you get the smell of like dirt in the flower pots? and the flowers and the stems and like the greenery. I feel like I get the dirt. Oh God, no. no. If you love the flower shop, that's for you. However, that is not for me. That is definitely not for me. That's for sure. Wow, that was floral. It wasn't even like floral. It was like so much green in my nose. And I got the dirt. That was so authentic. That's the most authentic thing I've like ever smelled. That's crazy. Okay. Not for me though. Mediterranean Spa. This one seems like it's going to be relaxing. Relax with this smooth, fresh, and breezy scent. Very vague description there. Pretty color. This is pretty. It's relaxing. It kind of is reminding me of like a little bit of like cucumber lime, like super toned down. Like it's kind of like zesty, limey, and like coconutty, but so smooth and subtle. But kind of giving me coconut lime. Is that the scent name? Coconut lime. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. Is that the scent? You know, it's green, cocoa lime. Yeah, it's called cocoa lime. Oh geez, cocoa lime is SCENTSY. Come on now. Cocoa lime, yes. Coconut milk, creamy vanilla, energized with citrusy splash of fresh lime. It's kind of giving me that with like a fresh, breezy scent, whatever that means. Oh, that's kind of really pretty. It's very conceptual. Mediterranean Spa, I feel like it's more spa than like sea air. Like I feel like the word Mediterranean would make you think like sea air. But that's really nice actually. Okay, that was a pleasant surprise. Okay, next we have Melon and Apple Granita. And I feel like this one is making me think of Patricia Gates. I don't know if she talked about this one because I just seen it and I was like, Patricia. I know I've said that a lot recently, I feel like, but Queen of SCENTSY, we already know. Okay, crisp apple and sweet melon surge with sparkling citrus. This one would be so good without the citrus. I mean, it has the potential to be good, and it could be when I warm it. But apple and melon, what could be better? Like, yum. That sounds delicious, and it smells like that. But that hint of citrus, you know, citrus to me always kind of smells dirty. Sometimes it doesn't, on a rare occasion. Like, this smells like the juiciest, like, candy that's so bad for you, like a Jolly Rancher, or like it's like a Jolly Rancher, but like the chews. So it's soft and it's chewy and juicy and it smells so good. Definitely bad for you. It smells like that. It smells really good, but I feel like when I opened it, I got that hint of citrus, but it kind of went away as I kept smelling it. So that one has potential to be really great. I'm excited. Now I know why Patricia was talking about it. I think it was her. Okay. Pear, blossom, and cucumber. This one, I have no expectations. It's the blooming beauty of spring. Good timing. A resplendent garden. Don't know what that word is. Nourishing with delicate pear blossom, rain-kissed jasmine, honeydew, Meyer lemon, smoothed by a splash of cucumber water. Okay, that was a lot more going on than I thought. Pear blossom, rain-kissed jasmine, honeydew, Meyer lemon, cucumber water. This one's actually really pretty. I had like no expectations for this. Oh, this is like a really pretty spring perfume, kind of. I think it's the jasmine. Oh my gosh, this is really pretty. I get like a hint of honeydew and a hint of jasmine. maybe a hint of lemon. I don't know that I'm getting any pear blossom, but I'd make it like florally, right? Because it'd be pear blossom. That's really pretty, actually, you guys. If you like more like perfumey, like fresh perfumey, not heavy bakery type scents, I feel like also great for this time of year, like we're going into maybe like a March. Okay, that one's really pretty. I'm excited about that one. Peppermint Rush. You guys, I love a peppermint. There's not many things I don't like, honestly. I do love a peppermint. Red wax, like totally, this is amazing for this time of year, right? Peppermint, sweet vanilla, and an accord of freshly fallen snow. I had so many high hopes for this. Like I was thinking peppermint, vanilla, fresh snow. Why is it giving me like peppermint extra gum? Like it smells like a stick of that. But almost like not as good. I really feel let down by this bar, personally. Like, where's the vanilla? What's going on here? I get peppermint, but it's almost like peppermint and musk. I feel like it needs a chance to go in the warmer. But Perfect Peppermint, in my opinion, is so much better. It just instantly makes me think of gum. Like when I open it, I think I'm opening a pack of gum. Even last night when I opened it, because I was like, ooh, Peppermint Rush. Like, who doesn't want a Peppermint Rush? I love peppermint. And I was like, this is literally the gum I chew. Like when I opened it, I was like, what's happening here? That's not okay. Okay. Pima Cotton. I'm assuming you pronounce that Pima, P-I-M-A, Pima Cotton. I don't know if that's like a type. I don't know what that means. A light, clean blend of lilies, freesia, and jasmine. Floral, floral, floral. White wax. I surprisingly don't hate it. How is that possible? It kind of reminds me of Clean Breeze or SCENTSY Clean. I don't know about this in my house, but I don't hate it. Who am I? Okay, it says Pima Cotton. It's kind of low-key giving me a headache. It's really strong. Let me gather my thoughts. So it's called Pima Cotton. The notes are all florals, but it definitely reminds me of SCENTSY Clean, which is a laundry scent. So SCENTSY Clean, Clean Breeze, whatever. They're the same scent. I kind of like that one. I don't know about it going in my household because I've never warmed Clean Breeze like in my house. I just use it the places I want to smell clean. So like the trash bin, under my sink, in the laundry wash, like in washer whips and stuff. That's where I use my Clean Breeze and SCENTSY Clean. I've never used it as like home fragrance. I use it as cover up these bad smells and make my laundry smell good. But Clean Breeze to me is so nostalgic, and this is giving me some of that. What? Okay. I think Robin, no. Linda. I think Linda H. I think I had a preconceived notion. I think she was like, I didn't like this. I didn't even know what it smelled like. I don't know if she even said the last time she talked about it. I think she was just like, I just don't like it. I had no idea what it smelled like. I had like literally no expectations. So, and I didn't smell it last night either. Okay, Quiver. This one I did smell, and I don't know if people have talked about this in the past, but I kind of like opened it and was like, oh yeah, I knew it would smell like that. Like, I don't know why. I didn't have any of the notes last night. I just kind of opened bars and smelled them. This says, innocent vanilla flower, warm sandalwood, and sultry tuberose, and a seductive scent meant to cause a shiver of delight. So Quiver. It's kind of like, it's definitely sandalwood and like I guess it'd be tuberose, but I wouldn't know what that meant if somebody told me that. But it's kind of almost like not quite fruity and woody. And I like know what I'm thinking, but I don't know how to say it. Because I wouldn't know what tuberose meant if somebody was like, oh, it smells like tuberose. I'd be like, what is that? The bottom, I'm gonna have to look up the scent note. Tuberose. The bottom is definitely the same smell as the top, but strong. Tuberose is a plant. Love that I have my computer open. It's some of the most fragrant flowers in the world. Whoa. Its extracts are used as a note in perfumery. We do know that. What does it smell like? Oh, it's used traditionally on Hawaiian leis. I'm so sorry this video is so long. I really probably don't need to look this up, but I'm just curious. It's a white flower. It has a feminine scent. It says milky accents with a sunny and orange notes. Sunny notes. It also has a honeyed and almond side, like a fruity jasmine. Yeah, okay, I could get behind that. Definitely not sandalwood though. It's definitely woody, and like I said, it's kind of a little bit fruity. I don't know that it's my favorite. It's not as good as like Shimmer. I think initially I felt like they kind of have the same ish type of name, like Quiver. I don't know. I feel like SCENTSY did a lot of those types of scents at one point. Don't know that it's my favorite. Okay. Definitely like if you're a perfumey person, once again. Rum Raisin Cookie. I was surprised this wasn't higher on my customer list because it's a bakery, but it says freshly baked cookie dough. Is it supposed to say like, so it says sumptuously spiced with rum, raisin, and clove will transport you to the corner bakery. I feel like this is definitely a cookie, and there's definitely butter. However, there's also definitely rum. Raisin, maybe. Like, raisins don't really smell like a lot. Like raisin, you don't walk in, you're like, oh wow, your house smells like raisins. Like, do raisins have a scent? They're grapes, you know? Grapes don't have a smell, really. Like, conceptually grape has a scent, but like when you get a bag of grapes, you're not like, oh wow, these grapes smell so good. Rant over. I feel like I don't know about this one. Like, maybe that's why they didn't vote it in like the top 5. Because I feel like in my mind it should smell really good, but I think it's the rum. I feel like you definitely get a hint of that rum, because who doesn't like, oh, first of all, nobody likes a raisin cookie, but scent-wise, all cookies generally smell good. I feel like the rum is giving it a little bit something that's throwing the bakery. Like, it's definitely not boozy, but it's getting there, you know? Okay, spiced berries. Very fall appropriate, I felt like. Frankincense and myrrh waft beneath, okay, did not see that coming. The notes of the spiced berries are frankincense and myrrh. Waft beneath decadent berries to create a timeless scent. So this is gonna be like Christmassy. I feel like this is craft store. Like, it says a timeless scent because it's in the craft store. The bottom smells gross. The bottom is not good. The bottom has no berry. Maybe it's the myrrh. I don't know what myrrh smells like by itself. I have some candles with the scent myrrh in them. This scent smells like when I used to dog sit for these people who had like a really fancy house and they had fancy decor and like, you know, fancy smell goods. I feel like their house smelled like this. Yeah. So this is fancy. I don't know that I love it, but I want to smell fancy. So I don't know if that's my favorite though. It's, I much more wanted spiced berries, and I got frankincense and myrrh with a hint of berry. Like, it doesn't even say berry in, oh, it does say berry. Decadent berries. The berries are like, oh, here's 2 berries. Like, it's so light on the berry. We'll see anyway. Okay, 2 left. I'm so sorry. But there was a lot, you know, 25, that's a lot of bars, okay? And we had the Valentine's Day collection. Woodland Suede. Retreat to a tranquil wooded wonderland. There's so many R's and W's in this. Retreat to a tranquil wooded wonderland, redolent with red oak, smoky cedar, suede musk, and bright winter lemon. Who named that? That's the biggest tongue twister of all time. Okay. This, I feel like I've smelled this before. It's oddly perfumey. It's like, I don't think I like it. I smelled a lot of scents today, so that could be why, like, I'm kind of feeling like a little bit like, is this giving me a headache? You know, that type of thing. It's definitely strong. Red oak, nah. Smoky cedar, it's not smoky, but I'm kind of getting like a woody something. Suede musk, I feel like it smells like, I'm getting the lemon, but it smells so conceptual, like suede. Like, that's not a thing, but it kind of smells like a unisex, but cologne. So like it leans almost more manly, but it's definitely unisex. Like, I would think of this in like body fragrance before I think of this in home fragrance. It definitely doesn't remind me of anything dealing with the woods. Like, I thought this was going to be like woodland cabin. Like, we're hiking through the woods. It smells woody and dirt. This is like, I'm not going on the hike. I'm going to sit here and I just sprayed my new cologne and I'm like fancy, so I'm not going on the hike. Like, it smells very like, but I get the lemon. It's so unisex. It's like both sides. It's so sweet. I feel like someone's house that I've been to smelled like that. And I feel like it's my aunt's, and she used to smoke, but not inside her house. But you know, her house kind of smelled like smoke. I feel like I've smelled that. Like, her house smells like that. So weird. It's so reminiscent for me, but why? And it's so fruity and sweet, but also like not fruits. It doesn't smell like fruit or lemon specifically. It smells like sweet. It's very conceptual. If you like, once again, like perfumey-esque scents, that one's probably for you. If you don't, I don't know that I would give that a try unless you're in love with the scent notes. It's not woodsy per se to me. Okay, vanilla cream is last. This one, once again, I was a little bit confused, like with the fried ice cream. It just says French vanilla with a touch of coconut milk. Isn't Simply Vanilla just vanilla and a touch of coconut milk? Because it really smells kind of like Simply Vanilla. And I have Simply Vanilla. They almost smell identical. This one almost smells stronger. They honestly do smell like almost identical though. I feel like on the top, vanilla cream smells slightly stronger. But it's literally just like a not bakery, just vanilla. Just French vanilla. Classical French vanilla. If you're like, what's the difference? If you're new and you're like, oh, it's vanilla, so it's all like the same. To me, French vanilla is like not bakery vanilla. It's like a like when people say like country vanilla, I feel like that means the more just like vanilla. It's not bakery vanilla, like we're putting vanilla extract in anything. It's just like vanilla beans, like the actual smell of the bean kind of. It's not foodie in any sort of way. Yeah. Really similar to Simply Vanilla. So if you like Simply Vanilla and you missed out on it, maybe vanilla cream's your go-to. Okay, that was a lot before this gets to be an hour and takes forever to upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a couple more videos I wanted to do, but since I'm going on like a couple days off, I'm gonna try and not to work. We'll see. Even I'm really off my real job work, but I'm gonna try to not work on any of this sort of stuff and like honestly take a break. We'll see if that works. So even though I have some things I want to film, I'm probably not going to get to them until I get back from that break. So you can expect things coming up. I need to do home fragrance roundup, home fragrance empties for the month. I need to update my body care project pan. So I have things coming, but like I said, it might be a while. If you're looking for reviews on these, I'll be talking about them as I warm them in my weekly home fragrance roundups. So check out those if you want reviews. I am gonna go because it's getting late and it's taking forever. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this might be my last video of the year, so thank you so much for supporting my SCENTSY business in 2022. This was definitely my best year yet with SCENTSY, so thank you guys so much. It means the world to me when you shop through me. I know Corey isn't like on every video, but it definitely means a lot to Corey as well, because he's like, wow, you're really like, initially when I joined SCENTSY, he was like, whatever, like don't do this. And I was like, I just want to buy for myself. But now we've like, actually it's my side business. So, and he helps with, you know, the businessy side of stuff. I do the sniffing and the sampling and all the fun stuff. So we really do appreciate it. Obviously, Jemmy can't tell you she appreciates it, but Gemma is part of our family and we're also appreciative. So thank you guys so much for watching my channel, supporting my SCENTSY business, all the above. And I'll see you guys next year. Happy 2023. Bye, everyone.